3 platforms where I'm getting pictures.
It's fine.
YouTube's just there.
Last time we had the 3 people, and they're just there to give us our time, you know.
Are we good?
You going?
1, 2, 3, go.
I don't know what.
Oh, it paired into my phone.
Oh. Do you want me to? Want to turn the Bluetooth off or?
No. I'll just turn it off completely. To unplug it. Oh well. Hi everyone. How are we doing? Do we have anybody yet? Is anybody there?
People
There
are
are 80
joining.
80 people! Wow! Hi everyone! I'm Beth Ann Kennedy and this is a live healing demo. This is what I do professionally. I've been a professional crystal healer for 14 years. And I do particularly crystal healing techniques, which I'm teaching introductory techniques in a live stream course next Saturday, August 27th. So we're going to work on Kylie here. And then we'll answer all your questions at the end. Not all of them, but I'll take some of them. So I'm going to work on Kylie. Kylie does work for me, so she's comfortable being on camera. And I'm going to do some work on her energy field. I'm going to use crystals, and you guys can watch what I do. All right. Let's start her out by putting some crystals on her. How about that? And I'll talk about why I'm selecting what I'm selecting. So I'm going to put this giant garnet down here at her feet. Okay, then I'm going to put this tangerine quartz right here on her sacral area. And then, ooh, let's put this sulfur right here on her solar plexus. Sulfur pulls it out. All right, we're going to put this giant lovely morganite right here on her heart. What else? What else should we put on her? I'm going to put a carnelian on her too. Oh, it fell. Hold on, let me see. Sometimes that happens. It's not really, it doesn't lay terribly flat. Dear God. Okay. I'll turn that fan off because it's making a terrible noise. All right, let's see. What else? Let's put something on her throat. Maybe we'll put this giant chrysocolla here. Now you don't always have to use stones this big, but we're on camera, so let's make it fun and bright and colorful. All right, what should we put on her third eye? Something very calming. And why does she need calming? Kylie packs all of our orders. So she currently has the busiest job here. We're all horrifically busy, but she has the busiest job. So we have to be nice to Kylie today. This is Kylie's spa day. So what I want to do, there's a lot of different ways I can begin. So I'm going to take these 2 chunks of salt and I'm going to go down and I'm going to start at her feet. And why am I doing that? Because I need to ground her and I need to pull her energy back into her body a little bit. But it also gently starts to detox her. And immediately I can feel her start to relax.
I can feel myself sinking into the table.
Yeah, there you go. See, feels good. Sinking into the table. Kylie's very busy. She has a wildly active social life that I get tired just listening to, hearing about. Plus she works here, so she doesn't get a lot of time for herself. So this is quite nice. I could hold this for a very long time, but because we're on camera, I'm not going to hold it as long as I normally would. There's about 10 different other things I could do around here, but I'm going to move on to other parts of her body. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up her energy centers, referred to as chakras, which are energy vortexes that move energy through her system. And I'm going to use this kyanite blade. And kyanite is often considered to be self-healing, but I like to cleanse it off anyway, especially when you're directly inserting it into an energy field. I'm going to use a bowl as my cleaning device. See that? I can feel this in her ears, which is really interesting. And her knees get tired, and I think her legs get clogged energetically. And I'm gonna work my way up. I'm just gently opening and getting movement going through her. When you get movement going into a system, it always feels better to a person. They get new ideas, they relax, they let go, they have insight. She's gritting her teeth. Are you grinding your teeth these days?
At night.
Yep, so there it is. For whatever reason, it comes through her solar plexus, and her solar plexus isn't moving, so it's very sort of stagnant. And then I'm going to come up here to her heart. She's got a lot of tension on her heart. Let's do her throat. Ooh, there it is. Very little movement there. It stops right there. I want to pull it out, but it doesn't want to. All right. Let's do her third eye. She's got a lot on her mind. And let's do her crown. Okay. Now that I've done all that, I get her sort of open. I kind of want to work on, there's so many places I could work. More than ever, I'm going to work right here, and I'm going to just sort of pulse around her head to see if I can get her brain to calm down a little bit. Now, teaching the class, these are not necessarily the techniques I'll be teaching. These are more advanced techniques, but it's important that I do the techniques that her body needs. So this is one of them, just to get her to relax a little bit more. There she starts to go. You can feel it, and how do I know that? I can feel it in my body. And I am a professional psychic, so that does help. Your sinuses get clogged.
Mm-hmm.
So our sinuses are quite clogged right now, and it has to do with a lot of the mental chatter going on. So this is not only helping her relax, it's kind of taking some of the pressure off of her sinuses. Okay. Once again, I could keep going with lots of these. I'm going to start out over her throat because her throat was the most blocked. So what I'm going to do is I think about what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this selenite comb right here. I'm going to comb out her throat. Okay. And then I'm going to grid over her throat with this absolutely lovely blue lace agate point. This is very soothing. Kylie uses her voice a lot. It's one of her strengths. But then sometimes when we have something that we use a lot, it can also get overused. So her throat gets overused. So it almost needs soothing more than anything else. I'm also going to go back over that with an aquamarine, but I'm going to use the aquamarine almost like a paintbrush. That's very nice. And I'm going to go both directions. Then I'm going to insert this Lemurian quartz in here to pull out all kinds of stuff that might be clogging up her throat. So what I'm picking up on, to see if she can confirm, is that the clog in her throat is actually about her feeling empowered. Sometimes she doesn't always feel that people hear her. Would that make sense to you?
Mhm.
So she doesn't always feel heard. So while it manifests in the throat, it's actually coming out of the solar plexus. So maybe I'll go take a look at that when I'm done here. Ooh, that's a lot. So right here I can feel like, is your throat sore right now?
A little.
So there's where the soreness sits in her throat, right in that area of her energy field. So I'm gonna pull that out, clean that off. And that's why I wanted to put the sulfur on here, because the sulfur just like sucks things out that shouldn't be there. Sulfur is very, very potent. It's great stuff. It's good in the home. It's good on the body. Can't go wrong with sulfur. The middle of your back gets sore.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, so there it is. I'm gonna take this piece of convoluted sheet quartz, which is like so epic, and I'm gonna scrape a little bit and see what I find. So once again, I'm butting up against the grinding of the teeth. So I think maybe we've encountered this before. It's like sort of her age and her gender. Sometimes maybe she feels like people don't take her seriously. And that's a common thing a lot of young women face when they're young. It's like there's this sort of societal belief that they don't know what they're doing. They're young and they're women. Just button up against that a little bit. So I kind of want to work even down here into her sacral area. See what I find. So there's a lot of that going on. I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to use this little tiny aqua aura point, because that's all I have. Just sort of fill in what I just pulled out. And aqua aura dilates not only a chakra, but the energy field. But the gold is really important on the aqua aura, because gold is the color of etheric energy. And so it puts etheric energy down, and it builds a stronger base. It builds a stronger area of the energy field so she can grow. A lot of people want to grow and they can't grow and they can't understand why. It's like, imagine if you built a building and you had floors missing and you wanted to try to get to the top floor, but there were 3 floors missing in the middle of the building. So you have dreams of getting to the top floor, but there's 3 floors missing. You've got to build out those 3 floors first, and then you can get to the top floor. That's what happens in the energy field. Is we want to grow, but we have just giant pieces of it missing. And there's certain crystals like aura quartz, aqua aura quartz, rutilated quartz, tangerine quartz. They rebuild the energy field so we can grow. It's very useful. All right. I'm going to fill that in with this giant double terminated quartz that I found today. It's got epidote on it. It's in my private stash. It's so great, it needed to come out. And epidote helps with self-criticism and empowerment. So we're going to just fill in a little bit more of this area. Now I could keep going with Kylie, and I could keep doing things, and I could actually do a lot to realign her, because I'm starting to notice as I sit here and do this, there's a disconnect between the top half of her body and the bottom half of her body, which happens a lot. People disconnect different parts of their body, the limbs and things, they all flip around, and then you don't have energetic connection with them. And she needs to be realigned with the top half and lower half of the body. But we're not going to do all that because it's just a demo. I'll just give you a general idea of how crystals work in the energy field. And this is just a small taste of what we can do with crystals and the reparative qualities that crystals have and why we use them. They actually directly impact the human energy field and repair it. That's why when you hold a crystal or meditate with a crystal or wear a crystal, it has a sort of weird effect over a long or even short period of time, because it's actually changing the patterns and the imprints and the holes and everything that sits in the energy field that blocks you. So it sort of loosens them up and moves them along. All right. I'm actually going to take this giant chrysocolla, I'm going to run it down the length of her body just because I can, and it will feel nice for her. And then when I'm done with all that, I'll take a couple of questions because I'm not going to go on for a long time. And remember, I've got that course coming up, April, why do I keep saying April? August 27th. It's a live stream course. If you want to study with me and learn some techniques. So, any questions?
We had some questions about what you're using the geode bowl for.
The geode bowl is a cleansing bowl. I use the geode bowl and I dip the stones in there to sort of clean off whatever I pull out of the energy field, especially like quartz-based geodes are really good for that. They transmute the energy. You can also program the bowl to help relieve it a little bit more, and that's why I use it.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the course and what you'll be covering and how much it costs?
Yeah, the course is an all-day course. It's $350. I'll be teaching introductory techniques that anybody can use who's interested in crystal healing. We do energizing techniques to help bring energy into the energy field, clearing techniques such as clearing out the emotional body, how to fix a small area of the energy field with the Lemurian. What else are we doing? I was like, I'm blanking there for a minute.
And it's a live course, not self-paced.
It's not self-paced. It's a live course. We'll have 2 cameras in here. I'm streaming it. If you can't, I have 4 people already attending in person, I believe, and that was my limit. So everybody else can live stream it, and we'll have people here, and you can ask all the questions you want. We can go over things. You get to watch people practicing. It's all day. It's from 10 to like 4 or 5 on Saturday. August 27th. I don't know why I keep saying April. So, yes.
What kind of crystals can be used to cleanse other than selenite?
You could use a salt bowl. You could use kyanite self-cleaning, citrine self-cleaning, carnelian self-cleaning. I like using cleansing smokes though. I think those are like the most useful. I prefer that. You could also use sound. I have a couple TikToks up about it, or brown rice or stuff like that. That's what I would use.
Is the course going to be beneficial for like self-healing techniques?
You could probably use the techniques on yourself. I've had lots of students study with me who have no interest in professional crystal healing, and they take them and they learn more about how stones work. But it's not, I'm not teaching techniques that you could use on yourself. I mean, you could try using them on yourself, but they're techniques that a professional would use on somebody else.
Do you have any courses with more advanced techniques?
We don't have any advanced techniques up yet. I have the 2 paid go at your own pace course, but I want to do a professional certification course with more advanced techniques. I have lots of writings about advanced techniques, so it's easier with unless you've studied and you know all the terms and you know the fundamentals. Getting into doing more advanced techniques, you sort of have to build the foundation. So we haven't. Doing them in person, which I taught them in person, is a lot, but then building it online as a whole, like you have to start over.
And after this course, is there, for people who can't attend this one, when's the next one?
I don't know when the next one is. We've had a couple requests for that. Maybe if we have enough interest, if they can't attend this course, you could do it in October. I do have several people who live in other countries who can't attend from the time zone, so they're purchasing the course and then they're going to watch it afterwards. So there's always that option too.
Will they receive written materials?
Yes, you will get written material. All the techniques will be explained and drawn out and with detailed instructions.
Can you repeat how much the course is?
The course is $350.
And for those who can't do live, do you want to describe the other 2 courses that are self-paced?
Yeah, I have an Introduction to Professional Crystal Healing, and that is the very basic class. It explains energy, explains how to work with clients for the first time. It does some very simple basic techniques. That's the intro class. And then the second class has a series of like 10 to 12 just very simple 1 crystal beginner techniques that anyone can use. And you can buy those classes separately or you can get them as a bundle too.
On the website.
On the website.
Everything's on the website.
It's all downloadable on the website.
Someone's wondering if you've written any books.
I haven't written any books yet because I'm so busy I can't get to writing books. But I'm working on it. Eventually I'll get there.
Is there a discount code for crystal purchasing if you go to the live class?
If you do any of the classes, everything comes with a discount code. So yeah, there's a discount code for anybody that takes the class. Yes.
Will you be doing a class about crystal pairings in the future?
I don't know. I sort of just have fun with those on TikTok. That's a whole study within itself. It's easy for me to flip on the camera and talk about how they affect me and how I feel them. Whether it turns into something bigger, I have no idea. By trade, I am a professional crystal healer, and so I like to focus on that as much as I possibly can.
Cool.
Anything else? Are we all good?
Maybe just to finish out, let people know that where you can sign up for the course.
Yeah, just go to the website. It's right on the homepage if you're interested. And if you have any questions, you can always email us. And you can pay in installments too, because I know it's not like, it's a professional training course, so it's not inexpensive. You get a certification with it too. All right. I think that's it.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Do you want to save this or because then people can see all the information?
Yeah.